The Nissan Leaf, the OG of the electric car world, is back. But as you can see, it is now a Leaf in name only. It's had some cosmetic surgery, it's been to the gym. It's probably had some therapy too. I know your battery wasn't big, but it did the job. It's good to talk.
But with so many brilliant rivals in the mix now, is that a glow-up worth getting excited about? Well, I'm here in Copenhagen to have a proper drive.
And I'll be filling you in on the all-important pricing, which is good. But before all that, please subscribe. You were expecting to see a quirky little eco hatchback, weren't you? But no, the old Leaf has fallen. Something sleeker and swooshier has sprouted in its place. And this car also has loads of Easter eggs. One of them is right here. You've got the 2 horizontal lights and the 3 vertical. Well, in Japanese, 2 is ni and 3 is san. Nissan. There are 20 of them dotted around the vehicle, and no, I'm not going to hunt them all down. Might just do a few though. The Leaf now shares the same underpinnings as the Renault Scenic and the larger Nissan Aria. And its size, 4.35 metres long, puts it bang on with rivals like the VW ID3, the Kia EV3, Skoda Elroq, Renault Scenic. Let's just say it's got absolutely loads of rivals. As you can see, this one has really been designed with Aero in mind. They were very, very keen to talk to us all about that. So it's sleeker, it's lower to the ground, it's got Aero wheels, of course it has. Underneath it's got active grille shutters which open and close automatically to stop the motors and the battery overheating, all good for efficiency of course. And again, if you go right underneath the car, it's completely flat. It's all covered so that the air can slip underneath. Also very nice for Aero. And let's give a shout out to the illuminated badge, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm so happy that we're allowed to have those in the UK now. And here's a feel-good factor for you. The Leaf will be grown on British soil. Yes, the battery, the motors, the car itself, it will all be manufactured in Sunderland. And that means that it should qualify for the full £3,750 electric car grant. Yay!
There are 2 battery options, a 52 kilowatt hour pack with 271 miles of range and a 75 kilowatt hour version offering up to 386, which puts it in line with cars like the Kia EV3 and Skoda Elroq. Nissan is also keen to give real-world figures for the Leaf, and it says that the 75 kilowatt-hour version will do 211 miles at 70 miles per hour on the motorway. And that over an 8-hour motorway drive with 2 30-minute charging stops, you'll be able to cover around 497 miles in total. They've worked out that that is pretty much what you can manage in a petrol car.
Nissan is now telling us how many miles you can add during a charging session as well, rather than those percentages, 10 to 80%, which I think makes so much more sense. So the larger battery, the DC charging, tops out at 150 kilowatts. That means you can add 259 miles in half an hour. The smaller battery tops out at 105, meaning you can add 100 miles in around 20 to 25 minutes. The slight frustration for me is that Nissan has kept the charging port here on the front wing. Apparently, its customers like it there. I'm not convinced, but maybe it's only people like me who reverse park into every space that find it not convenient. I don't know. Oh, but look, Easter egg. Nissan, there it is. There's another one. Got 3 so far.
4.
No, 3, not 4.
2 tail lights.
2 tail lights.
Both batteries are liquid cooled and thermally managed with automatic or manual preheating before charging. A heat pump comes as standard with the larger battery, and vehicle to load capability is included across the range.
So Nissan has gone for a very different look in here as well. It is kind of quite calming actually. So you've got a couple of different interior options. This is obviously the lighter one. There is a black one as well. Of course there is, because I think it's the law that every car has to include a black interior. And you get 2 different trim levels for each battery. This is the top spec, and with that you get things like a head-up display and massaging seats. The materials do feel really nice actually. I do like the feel of this, and also you've got synthetic leather, which when they mentioned it last night just made me think the car industry has done such a good job of rebranding plastic. because that's basically what synthetic leather is. But yeah, it feels nice, and it feels slightly upmarket here with its nice trim. You've got 2 screens because one is never enough these days, is it? They run on a Google operating system, which I am very impressed with. So that means that you've got Google Maps, which of course loads of us like to use. You've got Google Assistant, Google Play right at your fingertips. So there's loads of apps that you can get, streaming apps and games, all that kind of thing. And of course more will be added all the time. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice. I've only literally just sat in and tried to sync my phone for the first time. So I'm just telling you what I think as I'm finding it. And I think actually it's quite nice and intuitive. And I do like the Google Assistant for route planning. When you put your route in, it will automatically direct you to charging stops along the way. You can select the speed that you want. I think on longer, faster journeys, the default is high-powered chargers, but you can alter that. And it will also continually check if those chargers are full. So if they are, it will direct you to different chargers instead. I'm really keen on cars that have got this Google operating system because I do think it works well. And somewhere in here, there is apparently, in a nod to Tesla, a fire. But I haven't been able, there's a racing game. Ooh, this might be a good way to while away a few hours. Oh, you bring me a cup of manners?
No, I want to play too.
Okay, 2 play, come on. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But there is a fire in there, along obviously with loads of different apps that you can use and download. All really handy stuff for when you're travelling with kids in the car and stopping to charge, that kind of stuff. Now, I'm happy to see physical buttons as well. You've got them for the controls of the car, for your D mode, your e-pedal and your climate control along there, because nobody wants to stab through 3 menus, do they, just to turn the heated seats off. Oh, while we talk about heated seats, there's a little button just down there on the side of my driver's seat. Now, of course, you can preheat the car in the morning from the app, but the app will also allow you to just turn on the heated seats and the heated steering wheel, which again is something I think is pretty smart. I think overall, this interior is a very nice place to be. So the back seats. Now, I'm not really a full-sized human, am I? And that driving seat's set for me. So it's great in the back. Let's see what happens when we put a full-sized human in the front seat. Take it away, Manos. Well, 6 foot of him. 6'2". 6'2". No, oh, you can stop now. Okay. Oh.
I could go a bit further.
Okay. Actually, that's not bad. That is really not bad at all. I think kids are going to be fine back here. Larger adults, I think, will find it a bit of a squeeze. So you've got ISOFIX child seat points on the 2 outer seats. There is enough space here, I think, because of the rake of the seats to get a backward-facing child seat in. So I think you get that in without too much trouble. But you do have a couple of charging ports. Headroom is good, and then let's talk about the roof, because you do get this really lovely pano roof which has a switchable shading system in it, and that means you don't have to have any bulky shade actually built into there, so it gives you a bit of extra headroom. It's also got a kind of thermal management system so that it won't overheat in very warm countries, which is handy. But yeah, I don't think that this is the best in class when it comes to rear space. And that, of course, is massively down to its slippy, swooshy shape. And yes, those are technical terms. So the boot is 437 litres. It's got more space than cars like the Cupra Born and the VW ID3, but it can't compete with the Kia EV3 or the L-Rock. If you want more space, go for cars like that, or maybe a Renault Scenic. I think part of the issue with the boot is that when you look at it, it actually doesn't look that large because it's hidden. So you've got these 2 underfloor compartments, one at the back there where you've got your charging cables. This one at the front I do really like because it just slides into there, slots in neatly, and I think that's really handy for putting your shopping bags in so that your food doesn't roll everywhere. The seats will fold back, they don't go completely flat though. So if you're after a lot of storage space, this isn't perhaps as usable as you'll find on some other cars. There is, though, another Easter egg. Nissan. Oh, and oh, another one there. Nissan. Quite like this game.
We know you're not all looking for a brand new EV, which is why we've built our own used EV marketplace at electrifying.com. It's packed with great deals and details like battery warranties, so you can buy with confidence. Just scan the QR code on screen to browse while you keep watching.
So, what is the Leaf like to drive? I think it feels overall more grown up again, just a little bit more refined than the outgoing model. It's very quiet, it feels nice and smooth. It's just a nice thing to cruise around in, really. Now, I've driven it on the road properly now on a variety of roads, as has Vicky, and I think we are both agreed that whilst the ride isn't quite as sharp or engaging as cars like the Kia EV3 or the Skoda Elroq, it does have a nice vibe to it. It's very predictable, it's very comfy, very relaxing drive, kind of what you want from a car like this. The steering is light if you're in just standard mode. It is precise. Predictably, I like a bit more feedback from my steering, a bit more weight in it, so I prefer that in sport mode, but you can adjust all that. You've got different settings. You can also adjust the Regen braking. Of course you can, because you've got Nissan's brilliant system. It's got the flappy paddles here on the steering wheel. It's got an e-pedal button, which is just over there, and that gives you full one pedal braking when you're driving around town, and it will also work with the cruise control, will be completely adaptive. So it's just a fantastic system, and one of the things that they do really well. Whilst I'm talking about buttons though, I don't know if I like the gear selectors being down there. I kind of like the way they were on the old Leaf. I don't know, it just feels a little disconnected from the car to have them down there. Anyway, that's just a personal choice thing, of course. You've got a lot of really good driver aids included right across the range in this, even in the entry-level model. You get a 3D 8-camera system to help with parking. When you're in Nissan's ProPilot cruise control system, which is linked to all the traffic signs, again, which is available on all models, you get a 3D image just in front of you of what's happening on the road around you, so you can see vehicles moving around you, which is great. There are a lot of safety systems on this. There are a lot of warnings. They get a little hectic at times. However, there really is an easy way to turn them off. It's just a simple long press of the button and then another button, and then you can turn off the ones that you want, which is good. Let's talk about power. That varies, of course, depending on what you go for, from 174 to 215 horsepower. 0 to 62 in this version, the faster version, is 7.6 seconds. It feels all right. It's not got an awful lot of punch off the mark. Other models do feel punchier, as I said, a bit more engaging. But there's more than enough power there if you want to do, sharp pull off from a junction, or you need to do a quick overtake. Now, Nissan could technically add a second motor into the Leaf to give it a bit of extra power. When asked, they say that no decision has been made, which in my experience usually means that yes, they're working on it, so don't be surprised if that appears down the line. Look, it's not a car that's going to have you grinning through the corners, but it will have you smiling as you glide past petrol stations, so there is that. It's nice, relaxing, just what you want it to be. So let's have a chat about efficiency. Now, as I outlined at the start, Nissan has put loads and loads of thought into making the new Leaf as aero efficient as possible. And they're very proud of the range figure, a claimed range of 386 miles for this bigger battery. That equates to 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. Now, I've been driving this for a few hours on a mixture of different roads, motorway, quieter roads, country roads. I haven't been driving it aggressively at all, keeping well within the speed limits, using a lot of brake regen, and at the moment I'm getting 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour on average, which is, it's okay, but it's quite a bit below the 4.5 figure that they're claiming is possible. I'd also caveat that by saying it's not that cold at the moment. Sure, it's not a bright, warm, sunny day, but equally it's not the depths of winter. So it's slightly disappointing, that figure, and I know Vicky struggled a little with efficiency when she drove it. However, We will of course get it for longer. It's really difficult to assess a car's efficiency when you're only driving it for several hours. So when we're back in the UK, we'll spend a lot longer in it, and we will update the review over at electrifying.com with more of our thoughts on what the real world efficiency is.
When it comes to warranty, the car itself is covered by a 3-year, 60,000 mile warranty, with the battery protected for 8 years or 100,000 miles. That standard 3-year warranty is a little mean compared with its Korean rivals.
So shall we do the most important numbers, the price? Are you ready? Because it is pretty good. So the entry-level smaller battery starts at £33,000. The bigger battery, well, that starts at £36,000. However, the real killer blow here for Nissan is that all the cars in its range are expected to qualify for the full UK government £3,750 grant, which means that the smaller battery car will start at 29,250 quid and the bigger battery car 32,250 quid. I mean, that's pretty impressive pricing, really, particularly when you look at the bigger battery car. And I'm pretty sure that it means that at a claimed range of 386 miles, that makes it the most range that you can currently get for your money in the UK. If I've done my figures correctly, I think that means that the bigger battery with that claimed range of 386 miles currently offers the most range for the money of any car on sale in the UK. Goodness me, I bet Nissan is happy with the UK government right now. In the meantime, let us know what you think. The Leaf has turned over a new leaf. Do you approve? Is that a gift?
It's a leaf.
It's a prop.
It's a leaf.
It's a leaf. Oh, I'm going to press that. Thanks, Manos.